You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Musketeers After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Musketeers After Show.
Get ready. Hey.
Hey,
We're
no.
both way
I feel like we
off.
started the music a little bit off today. It's not my fault this time. It's your fault. But hey, thanks for tuning in to the Musketeers After Show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. We're on episode 8
I can't
already. Can you
believe
believe
that.
it? The challenge. I'm your host, Ryan Hooks. Kid Aquillano to my left.
Hi, guys.
That's it. Just the two of us. We're glad you're here. We're glad to be here. Let's talk Musketeers.
Musketeers the challenge.
Episode 8.
I can't believe it's 8 already.
Time is flying.
Very quickly.
Well, you know what? We're going to do it anyway. All right, so I feel like by next week we should get the music thing right. That we get the
I don't think we're ever going to get it right.
I'm going to keep trying. Luckily, we have a season 2 already filming. So that
we have time to practice.
we have time to practice. I'm going to off season is May.
Just continually replay it
In my
at the
head.
home and just...
Don't judge me. I might. All right.
You really might.
So I want to first talk about how excited I was this week that Vinnie Jones makes an appearance.
That's LaBarge.
LaBarge. Vinnie Jones.
She's the man. He was in that.
Or Snatch, Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, X-Men,
Or-
Gone in 60 Seconds,
Or
Euro
she's
Trip.
the
Euro
man.
Trip.
Or
Oi!
she's the man.
I dies. I mean, everything. Like,
Everything.
And he's always that same guy. Like
He's always
he's
such,
just a badass.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yes.
He's such a little troublemaker.
Perfect. He's great for this role. He is the
He
troublemaker.
was.
So the episode starts off and he's been arrested by the Musketeers. They have him tied up. And the Cardinals guards show up and want to take him.
The Red Guards always mess everything up.
They're always up in everyone's business.
I don't like them.
Well, we finally get our chance to prove we don't like
I
them.
know.
After the challenge. Short-lived cameo appearance by John Lightbody as Captain Trudeau.
Oh, is that who that was?
Yeah, he got his few words in, and then he got literally axed
By LaBarge.
by LaBarge because Vinnie Jones way cooler. But John, thanks for showing up this week.
I love. They're like, we need this prisoner, and the Musketeers are like, dude, we warned you.
It's so funny. Like usually you're like, oh, I'm cast as the captain. Like cool. I'm gonna be in this for a minute. And there's like Soldier 1
Like
and 2.
literally a minute.
Soldier 1 and 2 get to stay in longer. And then they talk about him later about how he was the best soldier among them, but
So
he's
sad.
now dead.
So sad.
The Musketeers then subdue him. But then there's a fight between the Cardinals guards and the Musketeers.
Setting up the entire episode for this challenge.
The whole episode. So we were talking about this when we were watching, and I'm interested to see your opinion on the predictability factor of
Yes.
serialized dramas when you're watching them. And you're like, oh, this is going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen.
And I know there's always, when it's procedural, you always have that like, oh, that's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. But usually it's still, I watch tons of cop shows. I still can't like guess all the time like who the killer is or anything like that. This was a little too predictable.
This
for
episode?
me. Yeah.
I thought it was a little predictable this week as well. However, are you still happy at the end? Are you like glad it worked out the way that it did?
I mean, mine is the like D'Artagnan Constance storyline.
Well,
Fine.
there's your twist that you don't have an answer for.
I mean, I can predict what's going to happen there.
Oh, we'll save that for the end. We'll talk about
We'll
that.
talk about that.
Because
But
that's on the end.
I don't know. It was just a little predictable this episode, and I still love the show, and I
Mm.
really enjoy watching it. But I was like, really? I need a couple more twists.
Well, I think we have 2 more episodes, and it's not too late to get a little twisted.
Well, I hope so.
So, I mean, with the stuff going on with the Cardinal and Milady, and now
Aramis
that
and the Queen.
yeah, next week Aramis and the Queen. We'll say that for prediction sheets because that's gonna be for
So
sure.
exciting.
That's been on my radar since the first time that went down weeks ago. All right, back to it.
Back to it.
The Cardinal and Treville, your favorite man.
I love Treville.
I know,
Love it.
and we never need to squeal about the Cardinal.
I know.
Oh, poor Yale, we miss you.
Miss you.
Somebody else's favorite actor, the Cardinal. So they're having a fight about who is the better group of people. And the king loves Treville too. Backs him up.
Obviously, it's the king's musketeers.
Clearly.
It's his side.
So he bets him 1,000 livres that Treville is
2,000.
Right. No, it's 1,000 at first.
Oh.
And then the cardinal ups it to 2,000 to prove his point.
Well,
Did we know the outcome? I mean, who knows? The cardinal plays dirty.
that's the thing. The cardinal is just a shady character.
Well, that's fine. Speaking of shady, D'Artagnan and Constance are kissing again.
Love it.
Although this is the shortest romance in television history at this point.
Well, it's this little break that they have during this episode. It's not going to last.
So not next week, but episode 10. Are we seeing more kissing?
I think there's going to be a little cliffhanger with their relationship. And he's going to he's going to figure it out a little bit.
Why didn't you just tell him the truth? That's what I want to know.
Because it's a TV show.
Why didn't you just be like, listen, D'Artagnan, my husband found out about us.
He's going to tell the cardinal. Cardinal's going to kill you. So watch out. And then everything would be solved and they would still love each other and then they could still kiss all the time and it would be perfection. Secret. But it's not going to happen that way.
No, we need Milady drama.
Of course.
I'm glad she's back. She looked good in that orange dress.
I love her, but hate her. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah.
I know how you feel.
Yeah.
All right. So this competition has been set up, and it's announced that any of the Musketeers can fight in it, and they're going to have basically a practice round, and they're going to choose a champion among them.
Yeah, they have to
But they have to pay 30 livres to fight in this. So it's basically prize money for the winner.
Yeah. And no one seems to have any
Nobody
money.
has any money, apparently. Well, and I wondered that, and I'm glad they commented on D'Artagnan, the fact that, because he's not commissioned, so he's not getting paid by the king.
And he has his dad's farm.
But yeah, so he's getting money from the farm. That's like what he's been surviving off of.
But not, he said
down.
he hasn't gotten any money from the farm in over 2 months.
Yeah, because it's been burned down.
I don't think he knows that at the time.
Well, no, at this point he doesn't know, and he mentions that it's been 2 months since he's got any money, and that's why he doesn't have any money.
Right.
But he later finds out from Treville that the farm had been burnt down by Labarge.
How dare he?
Which sets up more plot twists and turns.
Or just makes D'Artagnan really pissed off.
Makes him want to kill him, right? It sets up the finale of the episode. So, basically, Labarge is a badass.
Yeah.
And people are going to fight. So, Aramis and Porthos and everyone else is broke. Apparently, Athos isn't. Oh, that's right. Athos was rich to begin with.
Yeah, but does he even enter?
I don't think so.
I don't think
he's
he
just helping.
enters.
He's helping D'Artagnan.
Yeah, he's
train.
like being the mentor role.
There you go. He's stepping up. So they go to the. I love this that they go to the church to fish.
That
looking
was
for
probably my favorite
patrons.
storyline when they go to find patroness.
They're in the church looking for widowed women who have money.
Of course, they both get one.
Of course they do. Porthos goes to work.
Well,
apparently Aramis said he earned every bit of his money. the Aramis stuff.
Why didn't we see any of those scenes? That's what I want to know.
Because your heart would have melted, Kid Aquillano, and you could not handle what Aramis did to that poor lady.
I probably couldn't.
No, you couldn't. I know that I couldn't. That poor lady. She's probably.
But Porthos was such a little gentleman too.
Oh, that's cute, right?
Yeah.
So, but he lies. He's like,
He lied a lot
I knew your
to that
husband,
poor
the
widower.
candle maker. So, Alice Clairbeau, played by
Alice.
Zoe Taper.
Anyone else thinks she looks like Taylor Schilling from Orange is the New Black with brown hair?
I don't think so.
Tweet. I was about to say text me.
Text
You don't
her.
have my number.
So, if you
Tweet me,
think
though.
Zoe Taper looks like
Taylor Schilling.
from
She looks
Orange is the New
exactly
Black
like Taylor Schilling.
with dark hair.
Let me
Except I don't think so. I disagree. You can go onto the iTunes and you can check it out and leave us comments. On our YouTube page, you can leave us comments.
Yes, you
Give us
can.
5 stars.
5
Check
stars.
it out. That's the place to be. And if you leave us comments, tell Kate Aquilano that she is wrong, that
Or
Zoe Taper
I'm
does not
right.
look like Taylor Schilling, or she's wrong. And that's all we really want from you is those 5-star ratings and
He wants to
love
prove
us.
me wrong.
Just love us. That's it. We
Love
want
us.
that more.
Yeah.
And that's all that Alice really wants to. I'm going to call her Alice for the rest of the show, even though they don't name her Alice until the very, very end.
She's Alice.
Because Clairbeau is just like confusing to give her a last name only. So she's Alice. It's much more feminine.
She's rich.
I'm going to go with that. Yes. So
Her husband died.
she gives him a token of the solid gold candle snuffer so that Porthos could remember her.
Yeah, this token's
Must be worth at least 30 lira.
She's like, I insist you take it.
Of course it is. It's solid gold.
You know,
They have
he
di-
could have just backed out then, though. He was committed.
Well, he was in it to win it. So they kiss, and they're both, very forward people. They have no
They liked it.
restraint.
They said, what did they say? Self-control.
They had no self-control.
No
yeah.
self-control,
restraint.
either of them.
No self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
Self-discipline's the words that they actually used.
He said, as a soldier, he does, but when he's off duty.
How's your level of self-discipline when there's a solid gold candle snuffer in the works?
I have tons of self-discipline.
That's unfortunate. I'd take the candle snuffer. All right, so in the next scene, we get the Musketeers all practicing, and they're all, fighting each other, and, who's better at what.
Yeah.
So Athos and D'Artagnan are fighting. And Athos knows that D'Artagnan is a good fighter, but he's very emotional.
I love that they pair those two because they're the exact same. Just Athos is, like, more mature. Because, like, Athos was the hot-tempered, couldn't control his emotions, and he's, like, teaching D'Artagnan his ways.
Yeah, he's like the master. And soon the grasshopper will become the master, right?
Treville's not going anywhere. Are you talking about D'Artagnan?
No, I'm talking about D'Artagnan and Athos.
Okay,
D'Artagnan is going to surpass Athos and all the other Musketeers as the greatest Musketeer.
I mean, he even says that. Athos says that to Treville.
When he goes to bat. We'll talk about that, too, because that's important later down the road. Don't get ahead of yourself, Kate Aquillano. Stay with me.
Oh, fine.
Okay, so he's basically toying with him and telling him all this information about the barge, and then he's at the Bastille, which is really close, and
he's like living this posh like jail cell and getting whatever he wants, and it pisses him off a lot.
Stabbing people in the hand with his fork.
Everyone saw that.
Oh yeah,
happening.
Look how pointy this fork is that I gave you. Why would you not give him a spoon? At least if he would have killed him with a spoon, that would have been cool.
That would have been pretty badass.
I mean, talk about Sherwood Forest over there, eating your heart out with a spoon. No? Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? Anybody? Okay. Fine. So, let's move on. Okay. So, after he goes in, D'Artagnan goes to the Cardinal.
Yeah.
Wanting to make a claim against the barge, although hundreds of people are making claims. And if he admits it, then maybe he'll get some money, but probably not. But just in the nick of time, Milady comes around the corner. She's always lurking.
Always. That's her thing.
That's her thing. She showed up 3 times this week. And then she showed up to later to Athos in the alley. She's like, I could have killed you.
She probably could have.
Shows up to D'Artagnan.
She's shady.
Twice the D'Artagnan just shows up right at the right moment.
Yeah, she has this whole plot with D'Artagnan. That's why she gives him the entrance fee. But do
you think later down the road it's going to happen?
Her plot's going to like come to fruition?
Yes.
I think D'Artagnan's too loyal to the Musketeers.
Do you think
I think there's going to be a little bit of trouble, but in the end...
Do you think that they're going to sleep together again?
No.
No?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I'm going to say yes.
You think?
That they're going to hook up again.
Maybe he's so hurt by Constance that he will. In a moment but I'm going ahead again, but at the end he doesn't get in the whatever with her. The carriage.
Right, when she offers him the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different.
What? That's not different.
He just left. He's going to be in a moment where she's going to seduce him, and it's going to happen again.
I mean, she did tell the Cardinal, don't underestimate her power of seduction.
She wasn't trying. That was like, hey, do you want to ride? No thanks.
But it hurt her. You could see she was like, wow, I was just like shot down.
That's actually going to motivate her more.
I know.
You know,
that's
she's going to
not a good thing.
No, she's going to be so on it that D'Artagnan won't even know what hit him.
Oh, jeez. D'Artagnan, be smart.
I do like the line that the Cardinal was like, I'm no longer aroused by you chasing when she's chasing the Musketeers around. Like, it's not even cute anymore.
I'm jumping ahead too much.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Do it.
No. How do you think he found out about the marriage? At the end, when he was like, Milady, how could you not think I wouldn't know about your marriage to Athos?
I feel like that's probably information that's pretty easily obtained because
they have such good filing systems.
Well, I mean, it's not like they were just common people though. Like they're both
true.
of money. They both have titles.
That's true.
So the fact of 2 people with titles, or at least one person marrying someone else with a title, like I feel like that would be something that would be easily.
When are the Musketeers gonna find out?
That's a very good question.
I know.
I feel like that's probably around the corner.
I asked it.
Very good question. Do you have an answer? Do you have a thought on when that's going to happen?
Probably after D'Artagnan sleeps with Milady. And he's like, you just slept with my wife.
What I mean, are they?
And then
really
there's going to be a
anymore,
wedge between the mentor and the mentee.
Are they? I mean, are they really married? I guess technically they're still married.
They're still married. I mean, she didn't die, so.
Well, I guess. This was a confusing time for marriage, and they didn't keep good records, Kate, so...
According to you, they did. That's how the Cardinal found out about it.
All right, fine. That's how the cardinal finds out. So we finally get a full episode with Bonacieux in there. Constance's husband.
I do not like this.
He's
dude.
a creepy, weird guy.
His face-
Shows up and he's a
his
face.
like always in the shadows.
Well, apparently the cardinal wants to use him because he knows he can get information by offering. He didn't really even give him anything. He's like, well, maybe I could give you this commission to supply us
He
with
was
fabric.
never going to give him that commission.
No way.
He was just using him.
I mean, it's the cardinal. He uses everybody.
Yep.
Well played, Cardinal. Well played. All right. D'Artagnan goes as the Red Guard, and he
Confronts Labarge?
he does.
Yeah,
and he
that's
gets
not a
his
good
butt
idea.
kicked.
Well, yeah.
Of course. I mean, that's Disney. Like, you have to lose the first match so that when you face him in the championship, then you can win. Like,
Duh.
that's Disney
Miracle.
101. That's every Disney movie ever
Every
made.
Disney movie.
That's Disney 101. So we could see that coming. Luckily,
See?
Athos shows up.
Predictable.
Athos shows up and saves the day.
Well, yeah. The mentor is always going to be there for him.
He's always going to be there. So I like this mentor-mentee thing that they have
do
going on. I like later down the road when Treville announces who the champion is that he's going to fight himself, even though he's protecting. I think he's protecting everyone.
He is, because he saw the Cardinal's Red Guard practice and naming of the Labarge, so he didn't want any of his men to have to fight him.
To get hurt. Basically.
Exactly. So he's taking one for the team, even though no one really knows why he's doing it. They
thinking.
think he's doing it for honor, and he wants one last, like,
Hoorah.
exactly.
But I like that he's doing that as a thing. But I also like
He
even
says
more.
that he's such a good guy.
I like that Athos is stepping up for D'Artagnan.
I know.
And like, you know, he saves him this week, and he's helping him get better, and he like wants him to do well.
I know. He took on the big boss. He kind of like yelled at Treville.
Yeah, he got off his face, and he's like, he
how
has the
dare you take his
ability.
chance?
Yeah, this is his chance. But I'm really upset that he didn't get a hat yet.
I know.
Soon.
I thought at the end when like Milady offers him the ride, or like when she opened the door, she would like offer him a hat. Mm-hmm. He would put it on, like say no to the ride, and then walk out of the frame with the hat on.
Again, hats episode 10.
But he's a musketeer. He needs it now.
Hats episode 10. I'm also adding that to the list of things that will happen in episode 10.
I don't have a pen, but I would write it down.
You can take a mental note.
Okay.
We're being recorded right now. You can actually just go back and watch the recording here at 17:30 and say, hey, that's when Ryan said that D'Artagnan gets a hat in episode 10. And you can all see that I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I want you all to tweet me about it and tell me I'm wrong.
And tell me I was right.
Luckily, I'll have my phone off on that day. I'm funny. I do my very best. Okay, so with him dressing up as the Cardinal's guard, I mean, what did you expect to happen with that when he went? Yeah.
Nothing good. I mean, he was like Athos said, he's like going on emotion. He needs to think before he acts, and obviously this is another example of him not doing that. Athos was there to protect him, save him, but it was just like, see, told you. You need to think.
And here's my I told you so moment when they're leaving.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought there would be more with the storyline of him being offered a commission with the Red Guard.
Yeah, the way they made the preview sound,
Yeah.
it was actually like Milady was like trying to get him to sway sides.
That side.
Yeah, and like it almost set up so that once the captain from the Red Guards was killed, that they'll be like, dude, we could get D'Artagnan, and there's
That's
opportunity.
how I thought I guess that the episode wasn't very predictable in that sense, because I thought, but even from like when Cardinal, said like, there's always a spot at the Red Guard. I thought that was going to like continue throughout the episode. Like, oh, I need money. Like at this time, he didn't have the money from Milady. He had no money from the farm. So this was like a perfect opportunity to make some money. But that didn't go anywhere.
I expected more of that pushing.
And then it would
them.
be like the Musketeers like fighting to get him back.
Yeah, or D'Artagnan fighting on the behalf because he was trying to. Whatever. He could have. The other thing could have happened. He could have lost the fight to the Musketeers.
Yeah.
Intentionally to prove that he was loyal to the Musketeers.
That would have been a good little rewrite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save that for next season, guys. Put that in your bank.
Noted.
All right, producers, I'm talking to you guys. Writers, you as well. So here's one of the twists, though, that I didn't know if you saw coming with the Cardinal and Labarge. When he shows up, and the Labarge had been working for the Cardinal, collecting taxes and burning down people's farms and all that.
I knew this was going to happen.
But then apparently Labarge has no limit to his greed, and
the money never made it to the treasury.
They never made it anywhere except his pocket.
I saw this happening from the beginning. He was going to commission Labarge as a Red Guard.
Yeah, as soon as you saw them meet up, that was the immediate thought is, yep, he's going to make him the captain. Yep, he's going to fight in the fight at the end.
Because all the Red Guards suck except him because he's a badass and can kill anyone.
Vinnie Jones, yes.
So, yeah, saw that coming. That's a pretty good... Can you, like, say more than one word in his accent?
That's what... Every movie that I've ever seen Vinnie Jones in,
does that.
The very next word that he says is usually a profanity.
Okay.
And it's probably most likely the F word, so I can't really be like, oi, oi, and then start cussing like Vinnie Jones does.
I mean, you could, but you shouldn't.
So.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
What does he say in Eurotrip? Oi, Manchester United football team is the greatest football team in the world!
Okay.
No? Okay. Sorry, Vinnie Jones, I didn't mean to threaten you like that. Please don't kill me. Okay.
Like, please.
Please, literally don't. Actually, come in here to AfterBuzz, and then we'll talk, and then don't kill me.
I'd be so nervous if he was sitting right here.
He's a beast of a man, isn't he?
Exactly.
All right. Milady gives D'Artagnan the money and has taken an interest into him, but D'Artagnan doesn't want it as a gift. He wants it as a loan and is also giving him a locket for good luck, which I'm assuming got stolen.
It was stolen by the...
I'm assuming, like, because... I don't know what's going to come of that, though.
I know, because then it ended up in the Cardinals' hands.
I feel like, okay, they never showed that happening, and then I saw that he had it. I wasn't sure if it was the same one. I almost felt at the moment, though, he sold it and went out and bought that other jewels that he gave Constance.
For Constance, yeah.
Because at the same time, Constance is out selling all their silver to get D'Artagnan money.
How sweet was that?
And that line when he's like, who's going to walk up and give me 30 livres? And she's like, no one. And then she's got a handful of money. Like, D'Artagnan, you jerk. She
makes me so mad.
That makes me a little sad more than mad.
They love each other so much and they can't be together.
She just wants him to succeed.
I know. They just want a life together.
Oh, that's cute. They're going to get a farm and
live happily
do
ever
things.
After.
All right. So Porthos and Athos. Porthos and Alice. Let me get that right. No Athos. Porthos and Alice are progressing their relationship. So it's interesting to me when Alice was in this scene, and I was watching the episode, and I was wondering the whole time, you know, as they have done every single week, there's been some kind of interest of female form.
Yes.
Or something with a character that's been introduced that is no longer through the one episode. I was wondering how they were going to get rid of her.
I didn't know until the very end, but during that conversation, because the whole conversation started with,
I've never seen violence
like that. You just knew, like,
and light bulb.
That she could never be married to someone that faces danger on a daily basis.
Light bulb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
It was sad, though, because I feel like Porthos and her, like, really got along.
Well, maybe when he retires, she'll be waiting.
Maybe. But, like... It showed a different side to Porthos because he's always like the drunken guy at the bar having a good time.
The
either like
fighter man.
You know, like a really good soldier or just like letting loose and having a good time. And it was like a different side of him. Like, oh, maybe I need to think about life after the Musketeers.
Perhaps.
Man,
perhaps not.
Not yet.
I feel like Porthos is probably going to end up dying in the Musketeers.
Does he die in the book? Do you know something?
I'm just saying I feel like Porthos is going to die.
Does he really?
The TV. So here's a question, I guess, with that being said. At what point do we kill someone in a show that is based off of a book that people potentially do or do not die?
Does he die in the book?
If they do not die, at what point can we potentially change the storyline?
I think that with any TV show that's based off a book, once you have the initial like foundation, they kind of take it where they want to take
Liberties,
it.
Right. That's what I mean. So like, say hypothetically they want to, you know, kill someone.
They could. I don't think people would be very happy, but they could.
I feel like that's like an end of series.
Series.
Yes, end of series. The moment.
That would be like, to kill off one of the main four.
That will never be in my predictions. But Treville could get whacked.
Don't say that.
I mean, the king could get overthrown. Next week, the queen could get hurt.
She's in the care of Aramis. Nothing's going to happen to her.
I mean, something's going to happen to her.
I mean, something, but nothing bad is going to happen to her.
Nothing related to anything harmful. I mean, well, maybe it'll hurt a little bit, but...
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
That's it?
Say what you want to say. I want to hear it.
I don't want to say anything.
All right, so I like when they're training though, because they're showing like the various sides of the Musketeers that we already know. Like Aramis is clearly the best shot and gets a bullseye, and Porthos is definitely the best at like hand-to-hand combat. He's just beating the crap out of that guy, and they're all just watching him.
And then Athos is the best at swords.
Right, and Aramis and D'Artagnan fight, but it's like a good fight, and Aramis is like impressed that D'Artagnan has like learned some stuff from Athos.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that's kind of neat that they did that.
I like that little tryout.
It was cute, but I wonder who's guarding the city because all the Red Guards and all the Musketeers, the guys are in these two
all
spots.
All the thieves are just running wild. Who knows?
There's no crime in France.
Never.
It's fine.
It's fine.
All right. So with the Alice Porthos thing and the cuddling, did you at any point think that there would come a moment where she would find out that it all just kind of started to like use her?
It crossed my mind. Like, wait, you said you knew my husband. There was maybe like he made a comment that like didn't make sense, and she asked him a question that he didn't know. It was something.
Because she was asking about how they met, and then he's like, you know, the thing at the palace and the guy with the dude.
But I also think that she just
made that out.
I think she knew that he didn't know him and just wanted some company.
I mean, I think he's just down to get down.
It was a year.
Well, longer than a year, actually.
Oh, yeah, when they kissed.
It's been a year since he's been dead.
I think she was just lonely.
I mean, sometimes you just need to cuddle.
Agree?
Agree to agree.
Agree to agree.
Sometimes you just need to cuddle.
But yeah, that thought did cross my mind.
Okay, so how long, in your opinion, until something happens where Constance and Milady face off?
Well, it's going to happen. Because of the whole D'Artagnan situation.
Right, now that there's clear jealousy. She admits to jealousy in this episode. Milady shows up at the end. And it's interesting that, you know, after she breaks his heart and then he's going to live at the garrison.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever, you don't need me anyway.
Yeah.
And she's like watching and crying that he's leaving, but doesn't watch long enough to see him shut her down.
Right. Obviously.
Clearly.
That would have been too easy.
I saw you talking to Milady in the carriage. You left with her.
She's definitely, I mean, there's going to be some confrontation for
Do they sword fight?
That's the thing. I want more constant sword fighting because when she was with the baby and they did that whole scene, love that. So I think there'll be some more sword fighting
when
from
she was
Constance.
rescuing Felipe.
But she needs to be practicing. I hope she's practicing in her downtime.
I'm sure she is.
I hope so.
We don't really need to see that though.
But she doesn't have D'Artagnan to help her anymore, so she better.
I mean,
get a new teacher.
I'm sure that she could find a new teacher. It's clearly not her husband.
Her husband is horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's not coming back again. Like he's here now, and
maybe the cardinal will kill him
accidentally or intentionally or
intentionally because he didn't come through and get D'Artagnan
to switch over.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
It's
there's your killing right there. Somebody, we need to write somebody off by the end of the season. There you go.
Cardinal, you didn't do what I asked, so
done.
You hang.
Well, he does find out though about the affair, and straight up calls her on it. In a creepy, like, I'm standing by the fire looking out the window brooding with my eyebrows all furrowed. And
he's like, you will end this.
Like, what? No.
I have friends in high places now.
He's so, like, where did that arrogance suddenly come from?
He's friends with the cardinal. I think it just rubs off on people naturally. The cardinal's just...
You must break with him.
Break with him. She's like, no, but I love him.
And nope. I love him. Cardinal's his friend now.
But he's not.
No, Cardinal's nobody's friend.
Nope.
Except his own. He loves himself the most.
He might a little bit of Milady, but it's definitely decreasing.
Perhaps. But Milady's gonna do something. I think
she'll
if it comes
win him
down,
back.
I think if it comes down to it at the end, I think Milady is smarter than the Cardinal.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, well then I guess if there's an argument there, then we can.
I mean, I agree with you. I think she's way more cunning than he. I mean, they rival each other for sure, but I think
that's why they have a good relationship.
Yeah, because I think they appreciate how like shady each other is. Like, oh, I did this and he did what I wanted. We're like, well, I did this and I got what I wanted. They like compare notes.
And they both get what they want most of the time.
Yep.
And they're both happy with all that.
Yep.
Do they hook up?
I don't know.
Ew.
Please, no.
Maybe not.
I don't think
Let's hope.
so.
Let's hope for not.
I think not.
I like how I'm just asking about everyone hooking up. Like, who's hooking up next? Like, what is this?
Important
This is a romance drama, or what? What do we want?
BBC America's The Musketeers.
I want to watch action. I like sword fights and guns. And
There was tons of that in this episode.
I don't care about them hooking up. Unless
Obviously, you do.
Unless it's the Queen and Aramis. That's the hookup that I
know.
want.
I'm so
Can you give me the
excited.
Queen and Aramis, please?
Gosh. Can you?
all I want.
But like, if that does happen, like, what are the repercussions of that?
There are none.
She's the queen.
No one finds out.
Okay.
Or Treville finds out and covers it up.
Oh yeah, he would do that because he's a really good guy.
That's what Treville. The Queen threatens him or something.
The queen would never.
The Queen will do what she wants because she's the Queen.
I know.
And you know what's gonna happen? How about this? Here's a crazy idea. What if Aramis gets the Queen pregnant?
Oh crap!
Because they were talking about wanting to have kids a couple weeks ago.
Oh crap! That's gonna happen.
Maybe not. Yeah, I'm letting that go. All right, so we're at the fight scene.
Yeah.
Which is our only scheduled fight scene.
I know.
Between
It's like
Treville and the barge.
in a little like arena they set up.
And the Cardinal's all like, "Oh, there's rules? Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Oh man, my fault. I believe in rehabilitation, sire." And
So shady.
such a shady fella. He's got his own little box up there. There's a
The
small.
cardinal loved it because he was like on the same level as the king for a little bit.
Oh, this is my side and that's your side.
That's your side.
But the Musketeers are shocked that Labarge shows up, but they realize Treville is not, so that must be why he did what he did.
Yeah. I love that Porthos is like, he knew he was protecting us. Like, of course, that's the first thought.
Like, let's say it out loud. He knew he's protecting us because we already figured that out.
I mean,
All right. Well, they fight and they fight and they fight, and he cheats and he cheats and he cheats.
the king does not like a cheater.
But D'Artagnan rushes in to save him, and then there's a whole... I actually was waiting for the king just to let the fight finish and be like, oh, the Musketeers beat all of the Cardinal's people.
So I guess.
And
But they weren't going to let them, like, kill everyone.
Well, no, I mean, it's like,
They'll let them kill one
disarm
person.
them, knock them out,
Yeah.
whatever.
But he says stop.
He stops them. You may nominate a new champion.
Of course he nominates D'Artagnan.
Well, you could kind of see that aspect coming when Athos was, like, defending him.
Yeah. And this was his shot to, like, prove that he could be a musketeer.
And he does.
And to kind of avenge his father again because
And
it
he-
was his father's farm that
and
he
he
burned
does.
down. And he does.
In true D'Artagnan fashion,
He kills him.
he kills him.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm so sad that Vinnie Jones isn't coming back.
I know. I do like
Really,
that.
like, the women just are left and shipped off. 3 weeks in a row, they're just shipped off. And Vinnie Jones is killed? Come on, Labarge, I want you in my life.
Too bad.
That would be great if he, like, was on the captain or the Cardinals guards for, like, a couple of weeks. Like, as the captain, just, like, running amok.
No, not going to happen.
No? Okay.
D'Artagnan took care of it.
Well, that's okay, because D'Artagnan gets really what he's most wanted, is the commission from the king.
He gets all teary-eyed.
He does.
It was
Gets his
sweet.
little shield shoulder pad with the fleur-de-lis on it.
I love that Athos was like, kneel before he changes his mind.
Shut up and do it.
Just
Like,
do it.
Just kicking him in the back of the knee. Get
I love
down.
it.
Again, no hat still.
No hat. But he's a musketeer now.
Oh, well, he is. And then, you know, the part we talked about with Milady and the Cardinal happens where she basically says, I've got a plan, and don't you worry, we're going to get him. Don't you underestimate me.
I think
sire."
she's wrong. I don't know how she says, like, D'Artagnan is the key to the musketeers' destruction.
Uh-huh.
And I don't get where her plan is going.
I feel like she's right.
How? Jealousy?
Well, of them, although he is probably the most skilled in most aspects, he's also the most rash and emotional. In the aspect of if you get in with him in some aspect and convince him on a subject, then it is very likely that he will follow through or in some aspect do something stupid.
True. I mean, it's intriguing to see find out.
Rationalize it.
Yeah. I just want to know what her plan is.
Rationalize the irrational.
Yeah.
I feel like her plan is in some way to infiltrate them through his irrationalities, through his
Yeah.
anger and his, fuses.
She's going to be shot down.
Well, I mean, it depends on if think about this then. If something happens between them, again, but then the stuff is revealed about her and
Marriage.
Athos and the marriage and all that, his respect for Athos, there's going to be a whole kinds of like, whirlwind emotions that he's going to suddenly face.
True.
I'm just putting that up there. As
I just don't know if that brings down the Musketeers though.
But
is that big enough to take like the Musketeers down?
Well, think about this. That as you said when we were watching the episode.
I know.
There are really only 4 Musketeers.
Where are the other Musketeers?
Now that D'Artagnan is an actual Musketeer, there's really only 4 Musketeers.
I wanted more.
There's no
I know
else.
there's always like when they were lined up, like during the actual fight, there was like more in the line, but like. Introduce them a little bit. Like,
Nope.
obviously, they
Not
don't have to be
important.
main characters, but, like, let's learn some names of some other Musketeers.
Nope, not important. There are really only 4 Musketeers in the King's Guard now that D'Artagnan has been commissioned. And I feel like if there's a dissension between Athos and D'Artagnan because of the Milady incidences, then the 2 of the 4 are now gone. Or at odds, or in some kind of turmoil.
Right.
By default, Porthos and Aramis follow suit or take sides or something.
And they're not as powerful.
And they don't have the influence that D'Artagnan and Athos have.
Right.
Ergo, destruction of Musketeers.
It's so sad.
No, it's not sad because D'Artagnan is going to be strong and he's going to stand up and fight.
Yes.
Just like he did tonight. Even though he's living at the garrison now with all the boys. And not
He's a guy's guy now.
He's in the club.
Yep.
All right. Do you think that it's time for AfterBuzz TV predictions?
I totally do.
I agree.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I can get that sound effect right every time, but I can never get the dun. Hey! That was really loud. Sorry, everyone listening at home as we scream in your ear. All right, so we saw in next week's episode what I've been wanting for months.
Months?
Not months. Okay,
weeks.
For weeks. The Queen is in the forest. The Musketeers are...
What is she doing in the forest?
She's off of the caravan. I don't know. Whatever. My prediction this next week is something's going to happen finally with the Queen and Aramis because they're off alone away from the king.
Well, in one scene, like she's riding, she's on the horse with Aramis. Like something's going to happen. They're going to go off on their little lonesome. He's protecting her.
Oh, he's going to protect her, all right. Mm-hmm. He's going to protect her virtue. Mm-hmm. Right out the window. Mm-hmm. All right, so, again, finally Aramis and the Queen. What else do you think that's going to happen coming up in the future?
Well, because it'll be episode 9, and obviously there's only 10 episodes, I think Milady's plan is going to reveal itself a little bit more, because then obviously the big thing will probably happen in the finale.
We need it for the finale, right?
But I think, obviously, the one before the finale is going to be like a lot of setup, a lot of
So
deceiving.
it'll be a cliffhanger episode 9 going into a finale?
I think it's just going to like set up the finale, not necessarily cliffhanger. Yeah?
You don't need it. We don't want a 2-parter?
I mean, it'd be fun. Sure. Who doesn't like a 2-parter?
I mean, who doesn't love a twofer?
Especially
with Aramis and the Queen having a twofer.
Yeah. We need a hat for D'Artagnan.
I'm telling you, episode 10.
We need to fix this Constance and D'Artagnan situation. I'm not happy with it.
You're not?
No, not at all.
You were happy with them kissing?
Yes, they're the cutest.
Oh, they like each other.
They love each other.
Oh, that was awfully quick.
And she's so sad. It's like she's sobbing. Every scene, she's just sobbing.
We don't want that. I want them to fix it so she stops crying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
I just want her to be happy.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
That's all she deserves, is to be happy. I guess we'll have to find out coming up next week when we return for episode number 9 at AfterBuzz TV. Guys, thanks so much for coming in and hanging out with us today.
Guys.
We appreciate you being here. We'll see you next week. Hey, Kate Aquillano.
Hey.
Tell the people where they can find out more about you.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kate Aquillano. That is AQUILLANO. And you can see me on the Young and Hungry
Meow.
after show on Wednesdays.
Hey, and you can find me at OrionHooks92 on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Get me on Big Brother on Thursdays, and immediately following The Musketeers, I'm going to do Outlander, the new
He's an
Starz drama.
overachiever.
I am an overachiever. Guys, tune in next week where we'll talk some more about The Musketeers, and we'll see you then. Later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.